The Secrets of Let's Science is brought to you by the StarQuest Production Network and is made possible by our many generous patrons. If you'd like to support the podcast, please visit givestarquest.com.
3, 2, 1.
We live in a universe of scientific wonders.
Every day, scientists are inching towards breakthroughs which can change our lives.
We're playing our small part in sharing these wonders with you.
That's why today is a fine day for science.
So let's science.
All right, so Lino, normally Caroline would now take over and share something with us, something smart about science.
Oh, well, come on, guys. Come on. We do good science stuff. It's more of a... It's more of an add-on or extension to Caroline's most original.
Yeah, we're like the science after dark because Caroline is like mainstream. She's got it. She can do
She's absolutely awesome with it. Yeah.
And we're like, gee, I wonder if the Romans are still pouring concrete.
That's right.
I wonder if there are any melting robots have been invented yet or things like that. Yeah.
The crazy, weird scientists we do. Yeah.
And so I do have something from the strange world of science for today. And this one is about drones blasting AC/DC to scare wolves away from cattle. So, I mean, we can't go past a science story, which also incorporates an Australian rock band. I do have a confession to make. I was never really a massive AC/DC fan.
Hey, it's the road, man.
I'm not against them. I just really got into it and like. I'm sorry, Australia. Okay, I'm sorry, but I do know some of their songs, but I was never really a massive But it's got an Australian connection and it's got wolves and drones. What more could you want, really? That's right up our alley, isn't it?
That's right.
What I'm going to do is just share the story and then share some of the scientific conclusions as well. Now, the headline's actually a bit misleading because they're not trying to scare the wolves away. They're trying to do what's called, they call it hazing. Now, I'm not like a agricultural person, and hazing actually means something else if you think about really terrible initiation rituals. But this is not that, okay? In this context, hazing is about changing animal behavior. That's what it's talking about. So that's what we're talking about. That's what's happening here. So I'll start with like the news story and then I'll go into like the scientific report as well. So it says, for centuries, people have tried to keep wolves away from livestock with fences, dogs, and guns. Near the California-Oregon border, biologists are adding a very 21st century tool to that list. The experts are flying drones at night that spot wolves with thermal cameras and blast AC/DC, movie clips, and live human shouts through a loudspeaker until the predators back off. The idea comes from scientists within the US Department of Agriculture's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service. The goal isn't to harm the wolves, but to interrupt hunts, scaring packs off cattle long enough to prevent a kill. Now, I just want to insert a healthy dose of skepticism in here, okay, for a moment, okay?
Okay.
That's right. I forgot who it was. We talked about this. I forgot which astronaut it was who went to the moon and said, I want to hit a golf ball on the moon.
Yes.
For science. Remember that? And he took a makeshift golf club and hit a golf ball on the moon. Do you remember that? And he was for science. I'm getting the same kind of skeptical vibe here. I want to attach a loudspeaker to a drone and chase wolves with it for science. Yeah, forgive me for having a healthy dose of skepticism and thinking you're just trying to have a bit of fun here as well. I wonder. Anyway.
It's the first thing, sorry, Lindsay, listen, that's the first thing, I'm sorry, that's popped in my head. It's a most amazing, fun thing to do. You're not harming the wolves in any way. Yes, you are deterring them, or even not deterring, but moving them away. But that is so cool. Okay, there's a wolf. I'll pay some highway to hell to them. And they just move away. Highway to hell. Okay, we'll just run around there. It's like, and you keep them off. And then you can imagine that sort of job to do that for farmers. I can see that. Am I allowed to say company names? Oh, I probably have a few times now. You can say Jim's Drones.
Jim's Drones. Yeah, right. Jim's Drones. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll probably start us off with Jim. Sorry, Jim's Bowen. Great franchise. But wow. Oh.
And part of my skepticism is also that they can shout through the speakers. Hey, go away, back off, get away from that cow.
How does that put speakers on
bad
the
wolf,
trains?
bad wolf. Yeah, sit. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Good dog.
Yeah, does Wolfie want a treat?
Wow.
So, yeah, moving on with this story, it says a preliminary study in 2022 showed that pairing drones with human voices can rattle wolves in the dark when they are most active. On recent patrols, pilots have documented hunts that stopped mid-chase the moment the machines swooped in and the speakers lit up. Project lead Dustin Ranglak, he said, if we could reduce those negative impacts of wolves, that is going to be more likely to lead to a situation where we can have coexistence. So the idea is the wolves and the cows can live together without the hunting and so on. So the approach is deliberately noisy and unpredictable. Operators cycle through preloaded clips of gunshots, fireworks, guitar screaming tracks like AC/DC's Thunderstruck. There you go. That's the song.
Thunderstruck. Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Is that the one with the bagpipes at the end?
No, that's the one I say.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my goodness me, Paul. Those wolves are going, what? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going.
I reckon the wolves are loving it. I reckon they start a mosh pit for that. Yeah.
We go, oh, look, guys, it's all, this AC/DC
All
coming to
howling,
us.
na, 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 na. Yeah, that's it, exactly. So also, even more, it says, and even the explosive argument, they also use this between Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver in the film Marriage Story. So they even play that. If that doesn't do it, they improvise barking commands through a mic or queuing up the metal cover, the heavy metal cover of Blue on Black by Five Finger Death Punch. As one line from the song blares, you turned and you ran. Wolves often do exactly that. So just a little bit more. So at night, USDA pilots launch drones fitted with thermal imagers and a downward pointing spotlight. See, they're having fun with it. Yeah.
This is the sort. I would say there's a military. Would you say US?
USDA.
Army?
So this is the. Okay. Now I did know what this was. Just give me keep talking.
I'll just say if it's military grade, that makes sense. It's
agriculture, isn't it? Hang on. United States Department of Agriculture. I knew the A was agriculture. Yeah. So there you are.
Yep,
so it's not the Yep. Unless they've militarized USDA, which I don't think they have.
Oh, we will go there. We're going to go there. We're good.
Yeah, it says when a pack of wolves approaches cows, the pilot dives the drone, blasts the audio, and watches for a retreat. If wolves break off, the aircraft shadows them until they leave the area. In the summer, the agency extended operations along the Oregon-California line and south into the Sierra Valley, focusing on ranches that have seen repeated conflicts. The work rides alongside a broader comeback. Grey wolves were nearly exterminated across the American West.
Yeah.
Since reintroduction to Yellowstone and Idaho in the 1990s, populations have rebounded. Hundreds now roam Washington and Oregon. Dozens have settled in Northern California, and thousands live out around the Great Lakes. So with recovery has come friction. In 2022, wolves roughly killed 800 domestic animals across 10 states. And in some areas where non-lethal deterrents fail, officials still authorize lethal control. So this story goes on.
Yeah.
I just want to read very quickly from the scientific abstract as well about what this is all about. So here's the science report about what this is, linked in our show notes. So it says, with wolf recolonization and reintroduction into parts of their historic range in the United States, wolves killing livestock has become an ever-growing concern for livestock producers. This is compounded in areas where wolves remain protected under the Endangered Species Act, like Southwest Oregon, which limits management's action to non-lethal techniques only. Located in the Klamath Basin area in Southwest Oregon, wolves in this area have been chronic depredators since 2016. After years of wolves habituating to other non-lethal methods, the USDA, the APHIS Wildlife Services personnel used small unmanned aircraft systems or drones in 2022. And I know this was up to 2024, by the way. It's an older story, but it did go all the way up to 2024. And I think it's continuing now as a new addition to their night watch efforts. These drones were used to both detect wolves in and around livestock and to haze wolves away from livestock. But livestock depredations went from 11 cattle killed in 20 days down to 2 over 85 days. Further experimentation required to evaluate the hazing effectiveness, cost, applicability to other areas, habituation time, and long-term benefits. But initial results are promising. So there you go, Lino. The science is saying that there is a possibility that they may be able to change the behavior of wolves so that they aren't killing livestock or as many livestock anymore, and obviously costing farmers and all the other effects and damage that it does.
True.
They're also trying to work within the restrictions of these wolves being an endangered species and therefore protected, so you can't kill them. They're looking for non-lethal ways to do that. So what do you think? We can start controlling animal behavior, predator behavior with drones to keep our livestock safe?
I don't know. I think maybe not control, maybe contain. Animal instincts it's the way the animals are. Our dogs, our cats. I'm not saying they're more domestic, but these are wild.
Yes.
Maybe you could train them in a sense or deter them, like I was saying before. I would. It's a great way. Yeah? I know there's a lot of wolves in America. We know that. And they're beautiful animals.
They are.
I must admit, I'll be really scared to see them, like very up close in the wild, in a sense.
We're in Australia. We have enough dangerous animals as it is, so we don't need
We've got kangaroos and yep.
Yeah, kangaroos. Yeah. Even they could be dangerous. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they could go right into your car if they wanted to. I hope it works in the sense to know, because we all know drones make that very eerie noise, and if the wolves can hear that and they know, ooh, then they can go, okay, I can walk away and run away. Yeah, turn around and everything. It's just maybe, I don't know how they will do it. You'll probably have to have a schedule of like a security.
Yeah, you'd have people. Yeah, that's
and
right.
I think some drones, some expensive. They are. I think they have some sort of a patrol route. If GPS route, I've seen them before. If you like a vacuum, floor vacuum.
Yeah, like
I think vacuum. I think drones can do that. They can map the area of the farmland, and then you just put it onto automatic. They'll just go patrolling there for how many times they bat you overnight or something. They come back to recharge.
Yeah, and with developments in AI, like I'm sure that you could eventually program drones to just do this automatically. You still have to have people monitoring it, but you can
and also
release the drones.
Release the drones, and then it's a great thing that they can keep an eye on the cattle, and not only of predators, of if you're missing some, or hopefully they're just gone wandering. You want to know where they're gone, that sort of thing too, to make sure that they're not injured. Yeah,
so I'd be interested to see now in 2026 where this story has gone. So we'll have to see if we do a Wolves and Drones Part 2 and see how that goes.
I wonder if we can get over like a cheap drone and put a speaker on there and see what happens. I don't know. I'm just being silly.
I think people who are listening should send us a playlist of songs that they would put on a drone to scare the wolves away. What music would you put on? So
I'll just put classical music. They'll just go, oh.
They'll just get
it's a bit. They don't want to be scared of that.
They'll calm down though. They'll just chill out and just enjoy the. Yeah, I was thinking Rick Astley's "Never Going to Give You Up."
They would dance to that, man. They would dance.
You reckon they'd bop to that? They'd get into it.
Bop to that. Yeah, definitely that one. Cool.
You know what might turn them away? Not immediately, right? But maybe some music from the K-pop Demon Hunters. Now, hear me out, because I don't want
to. You have just blown up the internet, brother.
Hear me out, right?
Okay.
Because initially, the wolves will bop to it, right? They will have the greatest time. Eventually, they'll get sick of it because they've heard it over and over again. And not even to hear it. Not even to hear it 10 times a day. You just heard it. Not even, Oh, sorry, let me calm down. That was. Hang on. Wait.
I can't say anything, man. They won an award for the song, so they got cred for that, man. They got cred for that.
How many times do you have to hear Soda Pop? What's going on? I haven't seen the movie, but I know the song off by heart. What's going on?
Oh no. K-pop's good.
Yes. All right. With that in mind, we all eagerly await with anticipation the release of K-pop Demon Hunters 2 in the next decade, I'm sure. Okay, there we are.
Yay, decade. Yeah, that'd be... okay, I've started something to
enjoy the piece of not having repetitive music in the meantime, but yeah.
Let's Science is brought to you by StarQuest Media and is a fortnightly podcast that brings you the scientific wonders of our universe from a distinctly Catholic point of view. For more from Caroline, Lindsay, and friends, listen to the StarQuest show Catholics of Oz. Find links from today's show at sqpn.com/science and find the Catholics of Oz at sqpn.com/Oz. Be sure to follow the show in Apple Podcasts, Google Play, wherever you can find podcasts, or on the SQPN YouTube channel. The generous donations of our patrons at sqpn.com/give make it possible for us to continue Let's Science and all the shows at StarQuest, which makes our nonprofit mission possible. You can join them by visiting sqpn.com/give. Join us next time for more scientific wonders, and thank you for listening to Let's Science on StarQuest. Here's another show on the StarQuest network you're sure to enjoy, The Secrets of Middle-earth. Find it wherever you can find podcasts or at sqpn.com/Middle-earth.